Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you click that red subscribe button so you can stick around and see what else I have going on. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your constant support. In today's video, I wanted to show you and share with you why traditional goal planning does not work for me, or goal setting. Let's get into that one. I have always been the kind of person where if there's something that I want to complete or do, I will just do it. I don't need constant reminders on it. I don't need a specialized planner for it. Although it took me a while to realize that I don't need a special kind of piece of paper to write down a goal and figure out those action steps for it. Now, I just want to say everyone is different. Not everyone is self-motivated like that. Motivation is an internal thing. Inspiration is external. There's a complete difference. So a goal planner might work well for people who do not have a big internal motivation. They don't work well for me, and here's why. Take Powersheets, for instance. I kept getting these repeatedly every year. First, it started out every 6 months because I just love them. I love the idea of them. I love the creator and the team. I think they have a wonderful business and vision there. And I'm a stationery girl. So hello, it was paper, something pretty to write in. Here's where it trips me up for this one in particular. So it really breaks things down, which is kind of nice. The problem that I run into is, if we're being honest, I don't know the big picture of what I want out of life. I live day to day. Some people disagree with that. I'm kind of really settling into it because that's all we have is day to day. We don't know what the future holds. So yes, I love to dream. I'm a dreamer. However, I can't dig deep into 5, 10, 15, 20, 80 years from now of what I picture my life being like. I do that on a daily basis because things change. So there are things that fire me up. That's great. The life evaluation. I would cry every single year because there's certain areas in my life that suck. And when you write it down, it's almost like ruminating on it. And I hated doing that. I absolutely hated it. And then when it came down to breaking down the goals, and they have a color code system that you can use if you want, which is great. So take, for instance, get out of the house by myself more often and do things that I enjoy. That's a goal. I don't need, and I won't use, let's find a blank one. I don't need action steps to do that. For me in particular, I don't need to write that down on my weekly action items. I know if I did it or if I didn't. It doesn't give me joy with something like that in particular to check off if I did it. And that is me, like, that was a big thing for me. I'm trying to find something. So Powersheets, how they work is you set your big picture goals and then you break them down into monthly, weekly, and daily action items. Now, you don't have to have them fall in line with your big picture goals, but that's the whole point of it, is you do want them to. So this one in particular, we wanted to buy our house. So my monthly action item for that was get approved for our mortgage. So I crossed that off when we got approved for our mortgage. Certain things I would go back after the fact and fill this out and squiggle it in because yeah, I completed it and I do want to see the satisfaction of that. But then I fall off. See, there's that one day all by myself. I may or may not have gotten it, but I didn't check it off because it's not a big deal to me. So this, I would sometimes, if I saw somebody on social media, it was like a reminder of, oh yeah, let me do that. And then it became where it just became a memory keeper. I put some pictures in there, month in review, and then I just fell off from using it. I mean, there's July, and I didn't use it past July of last year. And again, this was more than likely written in after the fact and then filled in after the fact. So that's my Powersheets. Then I thought, let me try out Moxie Life. Again, I really love the founder, the creator, the vision, their mission. I think it's wonderful. And it's completely different from Powersheets. This is a all-in-one planner, so to say. If you've watched my previous video on planners I've used, you know that I'm not a coil fan, and that's why. See, like these get all funky. Anyway, so it does the same thing, and it has your life compass. Again, this made me really sad. For a person like me, being sad about these certain areas of life is not a kickstart for me. It sends me into a funk of like, that sucks. I may get out of that funk and want to change it, but something like this isn't going to help me change it. It helps me maybe write down some of the things I will try to do. I did do annual goals. I filled all of that in, a vision board. And I used it as a little bit of a planner, as a big overview for my monthly. The monthly goals, and then you break it down into weekly actions. And then you have like your planner part of it. I don't use something like this as a main planner, so it felt like a big waste to me, or a habit tracker. I use that stuff, if I do, in my other planners. It's great to come back to, but as you can see, I barely use this, and now we're almost June. The monthly is filled out. I did fill out May. I haven't looked at it since the beginning of May, but that's it. Those don't work for me. What does work for me, and now this may not be considered it's not traditional goal setting, but there's also SMART goals, right? It's an acronym for, now I'm blanking on it. I probably should have written that down before this video, but you can look it up, SMART goals. I learned about SMART goals in my first direct sales business. That was a lot of personal development, which I absolutely love. However, I'm also hard on myself. So when I did not complete those goals, I felt like a failure. I felt like I was on this time crunch. I had to get things done by a specific time. And that's okay for tasks, but for goals, if I'm working on something big, I don't want to feel pressured. If I feel pressured, I'm gonna curl up and go away. So what I found is the getting things done method kind of works for me, really works for me. And why I say that is because I have a projects list. There is very little on here that is time sensitive. Back up my phone pics. I don't need to do that by a specific time. It's a goal to do it, but that's been on here for months. Sell my PC overstock. That's literally been 3 years. It's a goal and I will get to it, but I don't feel pressured. Are these things that will make my life better? Yes and no. I mean, selling my PC overstock, that clears a lot of space out of my basement because I have so much of it. Redoing our enclosed porch, yeah, that's going to be great because that will be our designated homeschool room. Reorganizing my bathroom closet, like these are all things within my home that help me personally because I am at my home all day, every day inside here. This is my life in this season. So I need to have goals and things to strive for in a season, not a year, not 10 years, not when I'm 80 years old. This is what works for me. What is new to me and helpful is SM Plans. Sierra over there has created standard size traveler's notebook inserts. Now she has the insert I'm about to show you for rings. However, I personally, the only size I like them in was personal wide, but I kind of flip-flop between that because that's big. So to carry that every day is a little much. She came out with these and they are in her shop now. I have a discount code down below too if you wanted to use that. Anyway, if you notice, it is just like, let me grab it, the Powersheets. Let's grab a blank one. The tending list. Now, of course, it's not exactly the same. There would be issues with that. But you do have these blank spots up here. You have your monthly and your progress tracker, your weekly, and your daily habits. This is something, because it's within my planner, that's another thing, is I didn't like having a separate goal planner where I had to check in with that daily or weekly because I completely forgot. This is within my planner for each month, and you can print out as many as you want, so you can have forward plans when it comes to goals. And I can look at what I have coming up for the month. Let's just take June for an example. Nope, that's May. I can look at June and I can say, okay, sales tax is due on June 20th. So one of my goals for June is to pay my sales tax by the 20th. That can be something I can do starting June 1st. I can pay my sales tax, whatever it is, and put that in here. I have Father's Day, so I can plan for Father's Day in here. Monthly would be Father's Day, or at least say plan for Father's Day. My weekly action items might be make a list of gift ideas. If we're going to barbecue, make a list of food. It's planning that out and setting the goals per month for me. I hope this is making sense, because this is how it works for me for project planning, for goal planning. I also have my Planner Perfect books, where this has 4 pages for you to write out goals. It says goals up here. As you can see, I just covered these ones with washi. Now, I did not really take the time to sit and think about what I wanted to accomplish this month. The owner, Jenny at Planner Perfect, this is where she sets things like I was just talking about in here. Say there is a holiday for that month. It's Mother's Day, it's Father's Day, and she maps it out to a T, and I absolutely love that. However, I am not that kind of planner. That takes a lot of brain power that I just don't have right now, because I'm just overwhelmed with all of the different balls I have up in the air. So I did write down that I want to take time out every day to be separate and have quiet time. We homeschool, it's a lot of together time. That's for anyone. So I have been doing really well with bringing quiet time back into the groove of things and having that time set out each day. Work out 4 times per week. It's a goal. Doesn't mean I reach it. I don't know how many times I've reached that this month. Reel in my food choices. That wavers from day to day. I didn't do anything here. And then for my business goals of what I wanted to do, I wanted to help 5 hostesses earn $200 in free product, $2,000 in PV, make connections with guests, because connections matter so much. It's not just about sales, it's helping people. And that's what I love to do. I truly believe that that's my calling from God. And I've sat here for years wondering, what is my calling? What is my purpose? It is helping people, and that comes in so many different forms. So I wrote that down here, and this was blank. So you have this option for setting goals in that kind of style. And then you can break it down and you can look of, okay, Father's Day is on this particular day. Let's take June, for instance. Here's my June Planner Perfect book. Father's Day is, I believe, Sunday, June 20th. So I would write down in here, which I can't wait to dig into here, I love this, is I'll write down Father's Day. And I will then look, and when I'm planning out each week, I can see what things I have to do by that specific day to be prepared by the 20th. So it's taking that and breaking it down into some smaller steps. I'm also one where I will look at my week and I'll see everything that's going on and see where I can sneak in certain things. And I can be very, very last minute. I'll just get a fire lit under me and I'll be like, I'm gonna do this today. We're getting a new puppy, so 2 days before we're picking him up, I'm like, okay, let's go get all the stuff we need. Most people probably would have had that already, not me. And you can even write that, then bring that, transfer it over to your daily pages. That is how I goal plan, and I keep using air quotes because that's for me. Traditional goal planning just does not work, and I finally realized it, and I stopped pushing and I stopped trying to make it something that felt so much like a task, and it took the fun out of anything. So these kind of just sit there now, and you'll have that. You have to try it out to know. But I look at my goals as projects, and then when it's the appropriate time to do them, I can then do them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this. Let me know down below if you're like me when it comes to goals, if you're just self-motivated and you can go get it done, or if you do need that extra help and you need different steps to break everything down and do things in a specific time. I'd love to have a conversation about that. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.